book of Exodus ends with the moment that we've all been waiting for. God has taken his people out of Egypt. He's brought them to his holy mountain. He's entered into this marital union with them. They have already violated that marriage, but God has forgiven and blessed them again, and has told Moses, if I'm to come with you on this journey, then there are some rules that you need to follow, because if not, I'll destroy you in my holiness. And so Moses begins to listen to the rules, and the rest of Exodus is a list of requirements for the people of Israel to build a house for God, a tent. And in the kind of archaic English language, the best translation for tent was tabernacle. And so in our vernacular, we say the word tabernacle, but really it's just a big tent. God is going to come and live in a tent amongst all of the other tents of the children of Israel. He's coming to be one of them. He's coming to live in their midst. God is coming to dwell in the tabernacle. And we've been wanting this to happen. The whole story has been leading us to this union where God and man are once again together, are once again in union. The people of Israel are finally faithful to the commands of God, and they build his tent, his tabernacle, according to everything that he asked, according to everything that he required. And the tabernacle is patterned in a way after the Garden of Eden. There are cherubim who guard the entrance to God, and God dwells between the cherubim on the mercy seat, and you have the outer court and the holy place and the Holy of Holies, kind of how you have the land of Eden, and then the garden in Eden, and then the tree in the middle. And it's kind of this pattern of humanity coming back into God's presence. And we've been wanting this ever since mankind got kicked off of God's holy mountain in the Garden of Eden in chapter 3 of Genesis. We've been wanting mankind to finally make it back into his presence. And it's going to happen. Exodus 40, God comes to fill the tabernacle, and his glory fills the tent of meeting. And Moses, the holiest man, is standing, and he can't go inside. And the book ends. And it ends on this cliffhanger note where man is finally ready to enter into God's presence, and God comes and does his part and lives with man, and man still can't approach him. And then it's over. And I think it's over on purpose. I think Exodus wants to leave us wanting more. You see, God has come to live amongst his people, and the children of Israel are the kingdom of priests and bear his image to the nations. Yet, we're not there yet. We haven't reached this promise of God in its totality. There has to be more. And so it's going to lead the people of Israel to push harder to come into God's presence. And ultimately, it's going to lead us to one who does bring us into the presence of God, a new Moses, come in his pattern, whose name is Jesus.